Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday morning to you, and welcome back to Morning Musings. I hope you've been having a really good week. Hope it's been safe for you. I hope that you're still safe and honoring the social distancing regulations. This coronavirus is just plumb nasty, isn't it? Now, before I get into my video this morning, I want to make a comment. Several people have contacted me about the videos, the ads that appear prior to my videos. And lately there have been a plethora of them promoting Joe Biden. And some people have contacted me and asked me, Don, are you a supporter of Joe Biden? And the answer to that is an emphatic no, I am not. Now, many times I absolutely detest the ads that are placed before my video. However, you need to know this. Monetization is one of the ways that I receive a little bit of money for our ministry. All right? It's not an overwhelming amount, but it certainly is helpful for our ministry. Unfortunately, I don't have any control over the content of those ads. And I have to tell you, sometimes I just shake my head and I just shudder. I just don't like it. I'm personally convinced that if Mr. Biden were to win the election, our country would descend into chaos, as it is doing right now in Portland and Seattle, as the leadership in those cities stands back and watches. Can you imagine? I'll try not to get on too much of a soapbox here. Folks, can you imagine the outcry that would be present in all of the news medias if it was Christians, conservatives that were rioting in cities? They would want to crucify them. They would be nothing but anarchists. They would be traitors. Instead, we find the mayors, even the governors of some of these states and cities, that say, oh, no harm here, even though block after block after block of cities is burned beyond control. People lose their entire livelihood. But these are just peaceful protesters. No, they are anarchists and they are traitors. They are communists bent on the destruction of our nation. All you got to do is listen to them. We will burn this bleep, bleep, bleep country to the ground. And that's peaceful protesting? Okay, off my soapbox. I just wanted to clarify that I have no control over the ads and still maintain some monetization to help support our ministry. I hope you'll understand that. And basically, there's nothing I can do about it. All right, to move on now to the things that we're talking about, the Olivet Discourse. In Matthew chapter 24, remember, Jesus said in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 36, but of that day and hour knows no man. So what day is he talking about? The day in which the Son of Man would be revealed. That's Matthew 24, 29 to 31. The day in which they would see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Now, why is that not the same, folks? Why is the coming of the Son of Man on the clouds of heaven in power and great glory with his angels, with a shout to gather the elect, why is that not the same as the coming of the Son of Man as it was in the days of Noah, as it was in the days of Lot? Why is it not the same? Where's the evidence to say those are two radically different, two radically disparate events separated so far by 2,000 years? Well, we are told that one of the reasons why we have to see these as two different events is because Jesus said in Matthew 24:43, but know this, that if the master of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not allowed his house to be broken into. See, right here we have absolute proof, or so we're told, that Jesus is talking about something different from his coming in the fall of Jerusalem. How so? Well, In Matthew 24, 4-34, Jesus gave signs of his coming in AD 70. But pretty obviously, we are told, a thief doesn't give signs of his coming. So you have an objection of, in the very first section of Matthew chapter 24, you have signs of the coming of the Son of Man. In the second section, ostensibly, verse 36 and following, you have a thief coming for which there are no signs whatsoever. But Jesus told those same apostles, verse 42, watch therefore, for you do not know the hour that the Son of Man will come. Now, I've said this before. I posed the question before. What were they supposed to watch for if there was nothing to watch for? In other words, if there were no signs, what were they supposed to watch for? Now, what we're going to do, therefore, and I have to cut this short, actually, because boy, oh boy, do I have a busy day. So anyway, we're going to begin a study of the thief coming of Christ. I promised you yesterday that I would have the books on hand that I am recommending that you study for a study of the rapture that is supposedly taught here in Matthew 24, 37 and following. The first is in flaming fire. Look, folks, if the church is not supposed to be on earth at the time of the second coming, then since 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 is talking about the church on earth at the time of the second coming, the rapture doctrine is false. And I developed that extensively in this book, In Flaming Fire. My other book, Leaving the Rapture Behind, an in-depth discussion of the entire doctrine of the rapture. And now, he came as a thief. Yes, he came as a thief. I'm going to show you that Jesus was not saying that he was coming as a thief upon his church. I'm going to show you that Jesus was not saying the church could not know when he was coming. It would be like, it would be like those in the days of Noah who knew not until the flood came and took them all away. And by the way, there's another book that you will find extremely helpful, Misplaced Minds, an exegesis of Colossians chapter 3, 1-3, a review and refutation of dispensationalism. Let me recommend, I've mentioned to you that, time's almost up. July 2020 is almost gone. But our Preterist Pilgrim Weekend store is still up. I think it's still up. I think. I lose track of days so easy. Anyway, whatever. If you go to the store, when you order $10 or more of material, you get free shipping. And we're offering discounts on these books. Misplaced Minds, He Came as a Thief, Leaving the Rapture Behind, and In Flaming Fire. This would make an absolutely fantastic primer package to study the doctrine of the rapture and dispensationalism. I hope you'll take advantage of that. Okay, I'm out of time. Don't forget, tomorrow I will continue my review and response to Dr. James White's review of the Frost versus Preston debate. Really, you don't want to miss that. So I'll see you on the flip side.